Hey everybody, it's Molly with All Ears, and I'm here today with a brand new video and a brand new food review. We are going to check out the brand new Steakhouse 71 located on the first floor of the Contemporary Resort. This is what replaced the Wave of American Flavors, and it reopened as Steakhouse 71 on October 1st, Walt Disney World's 50th anniversary. So we're going to go check it out, scope out the menu, check out all the vintage decor and upgrades in there. Also, you know what? I think we got to scope out the lounge. So I hope you're ready. I hope you're excited. Let's get to it. Walking into the restaurant, I absolutely adore this. There's all these photos of Walt and Roy. This is my favorite one though, because it's Harriet Burns. She was the first female Imagineer. She's my favorite Imagineer, and I love that she's in here. There's different, oh, there's Mark Davis. He's another one of my all-time favorites. John Hench, just Disney nerding up in here. And that's the whole point of Steakhouse 71. It's actually inspired by, they used to have Steakhouse 55 out in Disneyland, but that closed. And so Steakhouse 71 is paying homage to 1971 when these parks opened. So there's Mickey in the Walter E. Disney engine. I love it. I love it. Taking a look first at our cocktail menu. So all of these specialty cocktails are new. These are all just for Steakhouse 71. You can grab them here in the restaurant or in the lounge as well. Our server, I'm sorry, not all of them. The Magical Beacon cocktail, that's the 50th cocktail that you can get at pretty much all the lounges and a lot of the sit-down restaurants around property. And then the Iridescent Sipabration, that is that fun non-alcoholic beverage that has the character you drop in and it turns to magic. But all of these cocktails are made specialty for the restaurant. A lot of the recommendations were things like the Vodka Gimlet, the Fig Manhattan, the Tequila Sunrise Shared cocktail, which is a fishbowl cocktail. So these are some of the drinks you can choose. Kicking off the meal with cocktail time. Also have the Cocoa Belvedere, which is made with Disney single barrel Knob Creek Reserve bourbon, which is made just for Walt Disney World. It's got Campari, it's got some vermouth, and it's got chocolate bitters in it. Let us try the cocoa. Woo, baby. Two of those, you could be dancing on a table or something. That is a very strong cocktail. The bourbon is excellent. You can taste that as excellent bourbon, so if you're a bourbon fan, I recommend it. You do get a hint of the cocos on the back end. It's not super sweet. It reminds me of the chocolate old-fashioned Atlas Cellier, but that one is sweeter than this one. This one just basically is like bourbon punched you in the face and then chocolate kissed you on the nose afterwards. If you don't like strong drinks, this one's not for you, but maybe you've had a long day in the Magic Kingdom and this one's exactly for you. What I will say about this one, if you do like more of the dark liquor, bourbon, whiskey, scotch, that kind of thing, but you don't want something as strong as this, because this is one of the strongest cocktails I've had at Disney World. What I would recommend is the Fig Manhattan. It is similar profile because it's got a little bit of the sweet from the fig, but it's made with scotch, not bourbon. But it's a little more subtle than this one and very good and a very unique cocktail. So maybe another choice, but if you like a strong cocktail and you like bourbon, I'm liking this. Also trying the Citrus Grove cocktail, and our server explained that this is inspired by them building Walt Disney World in the middle of Central Florida, and when it first was here, there wasn't a lot around but orange groves. They literally took orange groves and turned it into Walt Disney World. So this is a nod to that. It's Campari, it's green chartreuse, it's citrus juices, simple syrup, and orange bitters. Ooh, okay, that is very floral. It's definitely bitter. So if you do not like bitter, if you do not like the taste of Campari, you're not going to like it because it's definitely that strong taste. But it's very floral, very citrusy, very light. So if you want something lighter than, say, the cocoa drink with that 120 proof bourbon or the Fig Manhattan, but you still don't want a fruity sweet drink, this is a great choice. You just have to like Campari and that bitter taste, but it's very good. It's got those notes of oranges that I'm really liking. It's very aromatic, and it's almost like a reminds me of a gin and tonic because of that kind of bitter flavor. Taking a look at the dinner menu, you've got classic steakhouse dishes. What I love about the menu, our server just explained to us that it is a little bit of classic steakhouse. It's a little bit old school steakhouse. There's even a couple of like Walt and Lillian's favorites, things that they served here when the restaurant opened, or the resort opened in 1971. So I really enjoy the mix of the menu. Looking at the apps, you've got a couple of different salads. You've got a couple of different food items, bacon and eggs. That's a signature here. French onion soup. And then as far as the entrees go, of course, your steaks are why you come to a steakhouse. They've got several different cuts there. Each of them come with one of these sides and one of these sauces, or you can upgrade to the sauce flight for $6. You'll get a little pour of each of them. And then to make it a well-rounded menu, they also have a fish option, a chicken option, and a vegan option. And I actually got to try the vegan option at the media event for the 50th. We got to have a lunch here, and it was honestly delicious. And it was basically tasted like spinach artichoke dip wrapped in puff pastry with great Brussels sprouts and a kind of a kicky tomato sauce. So I would definitely recommend that to any of my vegan or vegetarian friends. Course one of food is here, starting with the French onion soup. This is made with 5 different kinds of onions, and the onions are cooked for 5 hours in a veal and a chicken broth. There's a big piece of sourdough bread in there, tons of Gruyere cheese. It smells literally incredible. I cannot wait to dig into that. I love French onion soup. Also trying out the crab cakes. These are only on the dinner menu. A lot of the appetizers are on both the lunch and the dinner menu, but crab cakes are a dinner specialty. At lunch you can do crab cake sliders though. These are inspired by Walt's love of crab dip with saltine crackers. So they have house-made saltines here, and then a beautiful seared couple crab cakes. It's got a corn hash and an Old Bay remoulade to go with. First up, let's get into this soup. Oh my gosh, look how rich and delicious that looks. I love French onion soup. Look at that. Look at that cheese pull. It's not stopping. It's not stopping. I can't keep up with it. It's not stopping. Look at that. French onion soup. Oh my gosh. That is fabulous French onion soup. Yum. Sometimes French onion soup is too salty. That is not the case here. It's very, very rich. You can tell that they use good quality broth and stock in that. It's got that really yummy onion taste, tons of cheese. It is warm, it is delicious, it's herbaceous. That is good soup. Next up, gonna bite into this crab cake. Look at all that crab meat there. I'm gonna kind of make a little bite going on. I'm gonna try it without the cracker first, and then I'll get a bite with the cracker. Okay, I actually had these at the media event for the 50th on the slider, and I didn't care for them as much, but having the crab cake, my server said it was the same crab mixture, but they prepare it differently. This is excellent. It's a lot of crab, so if you're a crab person, they're not skimping on the crab here. And then it's seared. I'm gonna mix it with a bite of this saltine now. I also love Old Bay, so give me an Old Bay remoulade any day. Yeah. That's very, very good. One of the best crab cakes I've had on property. The best one probably being at Paddlefish, but that is very, very good. If you're a crab cake fan, I don't think you'll be disappointed with that. For me, as someone who's not a huge seafood fan, as good as this is, I would still go for the soup or maybe one of the salads if you want to start something lighter before a big meal. But these are very good crab cakes, and I love the nod to Walt. Entrees are here. Doing a little variety of different things. I know not everybody is a steak fan, but they have crafted a well-rounded menu. This is the sustainable fish in papillon. It is a snapper tonight. What we're looking at here, it's cooked the same way it was in 1971 in this bag. It's a French style of cooking, so you've got your snapper in there as well as some shrimp, fried potatoes, asparagus, baby carrots, and then it comes with a lemon beurre blanc sauce. Now this is supposed to be poured tableside, but my server was kind enough to just leave it there for me because I said I wanted to take some pictures and video and stuff of the fish before I poured the sauce. And rounding out the kind of others part of the menu, this is the chicken chasseur. This is a very traditional way of cooking chicken, timely of the 70s era, which is why it's here, of course, 1971. And this is a pan-seared chicken breast served airline style. It's got a parsnip puree on it. It's got some roasted mushrooms and then a chasseur sauce, which is actually a wild mushroom sauce that's poured over top of it. And it looks and smells amazing. Starting with the fish. Ooh, that sauce. This kind of, to me, is like a grown-up, not grown-up, it's an elevated fish and chips almost, because you've got these fried potatoes, you've got these really nice golden pieces of fish. It's not super fishy. It is a little chewier than the last time I had snapper, which was at Disney Springs at the Boathouse, but I think it's prepared differently. But it's cooked really well. There's a lot of great flavor. That lemon blanc sauce, I literally could bathe in it. And while I'm not going to be the person that orders seafood at a steakhouse, if you are a seafood eater, if you're a pescatarian, if you don't eat red meat and you do eat fish, this is a really tasty dish. There's a lot of simple flavors coming together beautifully. And again, that lemon or blanc sings. And now the chicken. Whoa. Okay, if you like mushrooms, that mushroom sauce is bonkers good. It's a really yummy mushroom sauce. This parsnip puree is really creamy and smooth. It's not as heavy or thick as potatoes. And the chicken is cooked perfectly. But I'm telling you, these big mushrooms on this plate plus that mushroom sauce. Wow. Excellent. If you don't eat red meat and you order this, I feel like a lot of times at steakhouses you're like, I guess I'll have the chicken. But this is like, I get the chicken. Like, phenomenal. Rounding out dinner with a steak. How can you come to a steakhouse and not eat one? This is the 12-ounce roasted prime rib. It comes with a classic Yorkshire pudding, and then all of their steaks come with one side. So I selected the 6-cheese macaroni and cheese there. They also all come with one sauce, or you can upgrade for $6 to the sauce flight, which is honestly my dream come true because I normally just use food as a catalyst to getting sauce in my mouth. So looking at the sauces, we've got a red wine sauce here, a whipped horseradish, an pove. It's a classic French peppercorn sauce, a chimichurri sauce, a béarnaise sauce here, a signature steakhouse sauce made in-house by the chefs here just for Steakhouse 71, and then a wild mushroom sauce. All right, let's put the steak in Steakhouse 71. First, I'm just going to try the steak on its own. That's a really well-cooked steak. They all come with the herb butter that's made in-house and a special rub, Steakhouse 71 blend rub. But that's really good. I'm not normally a prime rib fan. Like, I like it, but that's not the kind of meat I would go to. I normally go to something leaner like a filet. But the server recommended it, said it's been the most popular, and it's cooked very, very well. But now I'm going to go on a sauce adventure, starting with the red wine sauce. I love a red wine sauce. One of my favorite meals on property in Walt Disney World is the Chico filet and mac and cheese and red wine sauce. And while that's not currently open, that red wine sauce is fabulous, so I enjoy that. I'm going to try the whipped horseradish. You gotta like horseradish, obviously, but it's like got a nice whipped, fluffy texture. This is that French peppercorn sauce. Oh, definitely peppery. Almost has a gravy vibe with pepper gravy. Chimichurri. Ooh, a little bit of sweet with that smoky meat flavor. Bechamel. Béarnaise. Definitely eggy, definitely delicious. Love it. Here we have a Steakhouse 71 signature steakhouse sauce. Ooh, that's good. It's zingy, zippy, has an A1 vibe, but you can tell it's definitely signature. Almost a little sweetness in there as well from the tomato. And last but certainly not least, the wild mushroom sauce. Already had that on the chicken earlier, but it was amazing again. I think my favorite though has got to be the red wine sauce, but they were all great. That red wine sauce is just perfect to me on a steak. I love it. But I like the horseradish. I like the vermouth. All of them are great. So I think the sauce flight is fun. Now let's get into the 6 cheese mac and cheese. Just look at this. Look at all that cheese. Panko on top. And some good mac and cheese. I think it might need a scooch of salt, but what I like to do with mac and cheese when I'm at a steakhouse is dip it in whatever sauce. So I'm going to dip it in that red wine sauce. Very good mac. Perfect noodles, a little sharpness. Creamy but not too heavy. Honestly, this place is phenomenal, and the fact that it's at a table service point, not a signature point, price-wise, and that's amazing. This is a signature level meal in my opinion. We are rounding out the evening with the signature chocolate cake. So this is a 15-layer cake as a nod to the Contemporary itself, which is 15 stories tall. It's 3 different layers that just keep repeating over and over and over again. There is a Jack Daniels infused devil food cake. It's all cooked off. This is fine for kids to eat, but it has a Jack Daniels infused devil foods cake. Then there is a partnership with La Rona Chocolates to make a signature dark chocolate they can only make at Walt Disney World, or they only make it for Walt Disney World. So there is the dark chocolate mousse with that, and then there is a milk chocolate filling as well. And then it goes 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 over and over again. Fresh raspberries on there, as well as some house-made raspberry sauce, and then it's topped with a little speck of gold. Cake, cake, cake. Okay, I'm gonna carefully do. Oh no, that wasn't so good. I'm trying not to knock it over. Here, I gotta go with the forks, the tines. All right. That's really good chocolate cake. And I am normally, in my life, I go for fruit desserts. These days, because I'm old. I know I'm not that old, but when I was little, I always went for chocolate, and now as an adult, I tend to go to fruit. But oh my goodness, I thought this was going to be overwhelmingly rich because just look at it. But it's actually really, really light. The devil's food cake is light. The dark chocolate's not super, super rich. It's moist. It's so, so delicious. Now, it's obviously a gigantic piece of cake, and I don't think one person could eat this all on their own. I think you're going to need a to-go box or a team to work on this one. But if you like chocolate cake, this is a really, really nice piece of chocolate cake. Really good. Now, I say this like in almost every table service restaurant I've ever been to. If you are using Steakhouse 71 as a break from Magic Kingdom, if you're coming over for a lunch or for a dinner, and then you're going to head back into the park, this cake is very, very good. And if you're a chocolate cake fan, I think you should try it, and it's fun because it's gigantic. But a lot of times the quick service desserts that you can get inside the park, you know, you can go get a Dole Whip, you can go get ice cream at the Plaza Ice Cream Parlor, you can go get ice cream at Storybook Circus or something like that. No, I'm sorry. You can go get ice cream treats at Storybook Treats or Anti-Gravity's. There's a lot of great treat places in the Magic Kingdom, so if you're really full from eating a steak and everything else, this is very good, but you know, take that as you will. Some people like to space out their feedings and not do 3 courses right in a row. In addition to a brand new restaurant, Steakhouse 71 also has a brand new completely redone lounge. So you can get any of the signature cocktails here as well as some of the items off the menu, or they actually have a few lounge items that are lounge exclusive we're gonna try. Taking a look at the Lounge Bites menu, they have some things that are on the Steakhouse 71 menu. The lump crab cakes are on the appetizer menu at dinner. The onion rings are on both lunch and dinner appetizer menus. The shrimp cocktail is on dinner, and bacon and eggs is on both. The stack burger, though, is absolutely fabulous. It was my favorite entree at lunch, and it's only available at lunch or here at the lounge, so I highly recommend that. And then the loaded mac and cheese and the PB&J wings are lounge exclusives, but it's it's nice that you can come in, get a little bit of a bite here at the newly revamped lounge. Trying some of the lounge eats. So these are the PB&J chicken wings. They are coated in a sweet peanut glaze and have a jelly powder on the top, as well as you can see they literally have peanuts on top of them. This is the loaded mac and cheese, so it's got bacon and jalapenos in there. And then this is that stack burger. Again, this is on the lunch menu. It's designed to be like a diner burger, but elevated. It's a beef patty, American cheese, a lemon aioli, red onion, pork belly, pickles on a brioche bun, and then it comes with your choice of sides, so I went for the Parmesan fries. First up, this burger, and I'm so excited to eat this because look at all that melty gooey cheese. That burger is unreal. It is so good. It's so cheesy. It's cooked to perfection. It definitely has that diner style flavor, and like the patty reminds me of that. It's not a big, huge patty, but there's two of them. And the pork belly elevates it a little bit. Got that crunch from the pickles, nice bun. This burger is fabulous. Also, I want to put lemon aioli on everything now. I cannot say enough kind words about this burger. This is my choice for lunch if you come, or coming to the lounge. You will not be disappointed with this. Next up, let's try these wings. I'm very curious. I mean, it literally has like pink specks and chopped peanuts on it, so. Those are good. I don't really get the jelly flavor. I definitely get the peanut butter flavor and the peanut flavor. So it kind of reminds you of almost like an Asian-inspired wing. They're cooked well. I wish there's a little more sauce, I think. These aren't my favorite lounge wings I've ever had. I definitely like the ones over at Ohana a lot more. But these are fun. But for my money, the burger's definitely better than the wings. But let's not forget, we also have some loaded mac and cheese here. We have some good pieces of bacon. It's those big curly nudes, which are my favorites for mac and cheese. That's very good mac and cheese. That's better than the mac and cheese I had in the restaurant at dinner. The bacon is nice and smoky, which I always want mac and cheese to have like a smoked Gouda in it or something, so it has that flavor. It's creamier. It's got these big noodles. Not a lot of spice from the jalapenos, but just a little bit there. Yeah, that's very good mac and cheese, but my winner for these three is still the burger. I keep eating these wings. They're definitely super crispy, which I'm told is because they're dredged in a potato starch, and they're really, really crispy, but they're just not my favorite. I prefer a spicier wing, something with a little more kick. I don't mind a sweet on a wing, but I want to balance it with something to kick. Like, if I'm at a wing restaurant, I get Caribbean jerk, because it's like a sweet, spicy situation. These are good, they're fun, but the burger's where it's at. Honestly, Steakhouse 71 is fabulous. I would recommend Steakhouse 71 over a lot of places at Walt Disney World at this point. I think for the price point, it's absolutely amazing. I think you're going to get a very, very good steak here. Comparable, honestly, to like Le Cellier or Yachtsman probably, but for a lower price point. I would recommend Steakhouse 71 over Citrico's revamp. I would recommend Steakhouse 71 over almost anywhere on the monorail line for the same price point. I like it more than Kona. I like it more than Grand Floridian Cafe. It's a little bit more than those, but it's not quite as much as the signature. So I think they really hit this one out of the park. It's great food. It's got a retro vibe, but it still feels new. Classic food with a little bit of a modern twist. I love that they pay homage to the original. I love that they pay homage to Walt in what they chose for the menu. I seriously think this is like the underrated hit of the 50th. That is a wrap on our Steakhouse 71 food review. I'm honestly blown away by this restaurant. I kind of feel like it's the sleeper hit of the 50th anniversary. The food is great. It's at an awesome price point. I love the upgrade, and they remodeled this restaurant that really, really needed it, and they added touches of retro, but it still feels fresh. The food is excellent. The drinks are excellent. I'm a really big fan, so I feel like Steakhouse 71 is a great one to add to your next Disney vacation. What other restaurants do you want to see us review? Definitely let us know down in the comments. In the meantime, friends, be sure to rate, review, subscribe to us, follow us on social media at AllEarsNet, and until next time, I'm Molly, and it's been magical. Want to see more of my videos? Click over here. Want to subscribe? You can do that right here. And also, ring that notification bell to make sure you get instantly notified anytime we post a new video. Thanks for following. See you real soon.